Welcome back everyone, hope you're all doing well. I've just come down to Walton on the Naze in Essex. It's been such a busy weekend and a bit busy week for me. I haven't had a lot of time at all. But I've only got a few hours today. So I've just plodded about 8 miles up the road from my house and come down to the coast here just to see if I can get a few shots. The tide's going to be in about 8 o'clock tonight. It's about 4 o'clock now. So I haven't really got too much to play with, but there's a few old sea structures here and some groins. I just thought I might get a few pictures just to get myself out the house a bit. But anyway, I'm going to get set up and see what I can get. But let's have a look here. This is basically what I've got to play with. So let's get the camera on the tripod. So anyway, it's quite windy here where I've set up. This is the sort of view I've got. Sea's lovely and choppy. And yeah, looking like could get a decent image or two. So just got the camera, nearly stacked it. Got the camera set up on the tripod. Got no filters on yet. I'm just going to take a test shot, then I'm going to whack on a few stoppers and just see if I can freeze this sea a bit and see what I can get. So let's get these test shots done. Got it on, put the camera into timer, manual, ISO 64 f11. I'm getting 1/30th, so let's press the fire button and see what I can get just on a standard shot. This is with the light meter sort of pretty much bang in the middle. So yeah, so not a bad composition, just need to put some filters on and see if I can make it look a little bit more appealing. So I'll get them on and come back to you. So I've just got my filter set on. I've put on a 0.6 hard grad, right, to just block the horizon out, obviously to bring out the definition in the sky. And I've got a 10 stopper on, as I had 1/30th of a second before I started. Obviously with the 10 stop's going to go up to a 30-second exposure. So I've got the camera on timer, so I haven't got to mess around with my camera timer. So I'm going to hit fire and see what this exposure comes out like. I've focused about a third of the way down this jetty thing, what sticks out. Got a lot of movement in the sea. It'll be good to know what this will come out like. So yeah, I'll put the image up for you. Anyway, image looks really good in the back of the camera. That's basically what I'm looking at. It's very hard to see because there's a lot of refracted light here, but you see I just had the image up, so I'm going to try to find another composition and see what else I can do here. So I'm just going to move along the beach a bit and speak to you in a bit. I've just taken another image which is pretty much looking down this wooden groin thing, and yeah, back of the camera it's very hard to see, but if I press play, that's sort of the image. I'm going to put the image up anyway. So got one more in the bag, exactly the same settings, 30 seconds, drop the 0.6 hard grad on the horizon, bring out the clouds, ISO 64 and focus the further the way down. So yeah, quite pleased with that one. So I'm gonna take a couple more here and mooch a bit further up the seafront, see what else I can do. But nice to just be out after such a crap week of stuck in front of a laptop, working from home. I had a trip up to Northampton and just didn't stop last week. Busy weekend too, so making the most of my few hours to myself. So anyway, let's get set up further down. Anyway, just doing another image now. Actually, I haven't moved very far, but just look at these clouds. When I was looking at them in the camera with the filter on, they was really standing out. So just a little bit of the coast and just to see what it comes out like. And there's a few old pillboxes which are in the sea. They're getting sort of well covered, so hopefully this will be a nice image. I did shoot a video down here a few months ago with Rob Walton, who's also got a YouTube channel. Same place where we was. That was early in the morning and the tide was a little bit more out. It was a lot better weather than this and it weren't so windy. But I didn't actually put that together because it was Rob's channel and it's Rob's video, so I only done a few little bits and pieces. And so, but yeah, he's a great guy to pop out with now and again and watch his stuff. So that's part of the reason I come back to this location as well today. So yes. Anyway, this long exposure noise reduction on this camera seems to take forever. But let's have a little look, and I don't know if you can see that, but not come out too bad. I'm only getting 25 seconds now as opposed to 30, but still got the 10 stopper on. Good. I'll put the picture up and have a look. I've just come down to the beach now for my next composition. I'm doing a 25-second, a little bit closer to the water. And I'm set up just here, so yeah. I ain't got my wellies on today though. Got me normal boots. I'm just doing this groin going out. What I'm going to do though is try to capture with slower shutter speed some of the patterns the sea's making as the waters and the waves are rushing back, so it gives a nice effect. But as soon as this long exposure's finished, I'll give that a crack and I can see what happens with that. But yeah, all good. I'm just trying a couple more on this beach actually before I move on. But it's like come out a bit wider now. Tide is gradually creeping in, so make the most of the beach while I can before I get soaked. But yeah, I'll put these images up and tell me what you think. Anyway, all done at this little location. So, going to head back up to the van and I'm going to drive up the road, because in the distance up there, I don't know if you can see it on the GoPro, there's a pier which is about a quarter of a mile long. I do want to try to capture a nice image of that before I go. So it's about an half a mile drive down and it's on my way home. So that's a perfect way to end the shoot. Also, it's very hard to see, but in the distance there's a place called the Principality of Sealand, which is like it's an old Mansell fort, which is about 6-7 miles off the coast, and you can see it quite well. In the van I do have a 500mm lens and I've got a crop sensor D7-100, so I'm going to try to get a shot of that. If I get it, I'll put it up for you right now. If I don't, I won't. But yeah, this is what I've got to do now. Just walk up the top, up the stairs to the car park and head down to the pier. Hopefully I'll speak to you in a minute. As promised, I've come to the pier and getting a 30-second exposure with a 10 stop. So this is the end of Walton on the Naze, and more likely the end of this vlog. However, I've got a little announcement to make, because next Saturday, which is in 6 days time, I'm not going to tell you where yet, but I'm flying south 2,000 miles, and the next vlog's going to come from somewhere a little bit more exotic. So until then, have a lovely weekend, week, whatever you're doing, and thank you for watching. Take care.